This is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thanks for tuning back in. You can also find us on Facebook under Donald O'Malley or Don's Breakfast Cereal. Today we're showing the Green Hornet. We originally showed the Green Hornet sequel to this, the Green Hornet Returns. I like that a little bit better than this one. This one's not bad. This stars Gordon Jones as the Green Hornet. You'll find it's a little bit odd when he puts on the mask. Once he puts on the mask of the Green Hornet, the voice you hear coming out is Al Hodge. He was known as the radio Green Hornet. So they used his voice dubbed over in this serial instead of using Gordon Jones. So we'll be back. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the first 5 of these chapters. Thanks again.
Chemical has a powerful kick. Do you think the motor will stand it?
It's the strongest motor ever built, and the fastest.
Thanks to your scientific knowledge.
I am satisfactory as a valet, too?
Perfectly. It was a lucky day for me when I rescued you from that native in Singapore.
He tried to kill me because I am a Korean. You shall never be sorry you saved my life.
You've repaid me many times by your faithful service, Kato.
Thank you, Mr. Britt.
Well, have you tried the new horn?
Listen.
It sounds like the giant Green Hornet we encountered in Africa.
Everything about this car is most unusual.
You're right. It was all built here in secret. When I spring it on the world...
Everybody will be most surprised.
Yeah, and it'll prove to that skeptical old dad of mine that I'm not just a playboy. Uh-oh. We've got to leave. Axford will be looking all around for us.
Breakfast is ready.
Breakfast, is it? Suffering snakes. Here it is after 10 o'clock, and Britt Reid, boss of a metropolitan newspaper, is not out of bed yet.
Morning, Michael. Breakfast ready? Why didn't you call me?
Call you? Sure, I've been knocking at your door for hours.
Michael, my father originally hired you as a reporter.
Yes, sir.
Somehow you became my bodyguard?
Yes, sir.
And under the circumstances, do you think it's right to try to wreck my father's building by breaking down the doors?
Ha, ha, go on, would you? That's no way to treat an old cop like me.
Morning, Miss Case.
Good morning, Mr. Reid, if it is still morning.
Well, it's never afternoon till you've had lunch. Oh, wasting carbon. Most inefficient.
You seem to forget that this paper is being run despite the lack of a top executive.
To think you were my father's secretary for 5 long years.
Which reminds me, you have an appointment with 2 of your father's old friends at 11:30. Judge Stanton and the police commissioner.
I wonder what they want to see me about.
To compliment you, no doubt, on those scathing editorials attacking the racketeers of our great city, which you haven't written.
Well, which if I had written would have been a very ineffective gesture.
Jenks is in there waiting for you.
Morning, Jinx.
Oh, I got the drop on a great scoop, boss.
What is it?
The Billings Dam project.
Old stuff.
No, it isn't. I got it straight. The whole project is being constructed with cheap undergrade material and condemned machinery.
Where'd you get your information?
From one of the foremen.
Disgruntled employee, huh?
Oh, no, boss. This is straight stuff. Well, let me take Picker Benny and go out there and I'll...
Get your feet wet. Forget it, Jinx.
Okay, but we're missing a bed, I tell you.
The men are here for that appointment, Mr. Reid.
Show the law in, Casey.
All right, gentlemen.
It's a great honor.
No, Britt. It's cold-blooded business.
Yes, Reid, since you've taken over the Sentinel, we missed the editorials your father used to write.
Yes, editorials that struck hard at rackets and crime.
That slammed at the crooks in politics and kept the police on the run.
Gentlemen, it was my father's privilege to run this paper as he saw fit. I think the same applies to me. It is my idea that a paper should reflect public opinion, not mold it. I also believe that law enforcement should be left to the properly constituted authorities.
People must be made aware of conditions.
Well, if things are so bad, why don't you do something about them?
We're doing all we can. Law enforcement is difficult if public opinion isn't behind it.
The Sentinel will back you, but it won't take the lead. That's for you to do. What are you waiting for? A modern Robin Hood to lead you out of the woods?
Yes, Reid, that's just what this city needs, a Robin Hood.
Miss Case, check the want ads and see if there's a modern Robin Hood looking for a job.
I can see we're wasting our time. It's evident we can't arouse your fighting spirit as we could your father's.
My father wore himself out fighting, and conditions are even worse today. I'm sorry, gentlemen. Good day.
Aren't you ever serious?
Why, Miss Case, I was never more so. This interview threatens to change the course of my entire career. Modern Robin Hood.
Oh, I tried to give you the inside story on that the other day.
Gunnigan, get some interviews with survivors. Check the permits and specifications of the building department. Yes. Call on the families of the dead and injured and offer every possible aid.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've got an angle on that tunnel they're building under the river.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, a fellow named Gorman who works there claims it's being built with bad material and faulty equipment. Same as the Billings Dam was.
Why should contractors deliberately build things that will collapse?
Well, if I knew that, I'd have a swell story.
Then you have nothing definite to go on?
No, but I'm hoping to get something from Gorman tonight.
I doubt if you will. I wonder if there is anything to that tunnel job.
Fired, Gorman, for talking to a Sentinel reporter against orders.
You bet your life I talked to a reporter. And I'm meeting him tonight to give him the rest of the story. I'll tell him this tunnel project is as big a death trap as that Billings Dam job of yours.
That won't do either you or the job any good, Gorman.
You look out for the job, Markham. I'll take care of myself.
You'll have to take the lower road. This one's closed for a blast.
All right.
Too bad. Gorman drove right into that blast. Yeah. Looks like it couldn't be helped.
Extra, read all about it. Was it murder? Read the Sentinel. Read all about it.
Extra! Gorman wants to tell a false and tunnel job.
There's only one way to handle reading these papers.
and the law doesn't enter into it.
That'd make a martyr out of him. To rouse a force against us, it'd wreck this business that we worked so hard to build up. Of course, the final decision rests with our chief, as usual. He promised to communicate with us at 11. Just that now. We're ready for your decision on the Britt Reid matter, sir.
Handle it as we did the other two papers that tried to expose us. By the Sentinel. Reid's threatened investigation must be stopped.
Right.
The Sentinel is a powerful paper. Reid is a wealthy man. The price would be prohibitive.
Nothing's prohibitive when it stands in our way.
How long are we to take orders from this unknown leader?
Until he decides otherwise.
Well, I don't like it.
That's enough, Grant. You'll be late for your appointment with Britt Reid.
Appointment? Then you knew what the chief's decision would be.
I strongly suspected it. You detailed 2 men to trail him?
2 of the best, with special orders to be sure that he wasn't followed from Reid's.
The offer is very flattering. But just who are the men that comprise this syndicate you represent?
Well, we're not quite ready to announce our personnel as yet.
Well, then we can't go ahead with any deal.
But I can report to my clients that there is a chance to buy?
Yes, when I find out who they are. Goodbye, Mr. Grant.
Goodbye, Mr.
Grant?
Look. Mike Axford, Reid's stooge, following Mr. Grant.
How do you like the city, Rube?
Rube yourself. Why don't you look where you're going?
Why don't you go where you're looking? Come on, break up the huddle. What do you think you're at, a football game? All right, get it out of there. Come on, move it. Yes, sir.
Now what happened to the fellow I was following?
And what do you think this is, a parking station? Get in it and get out.
All right, laddie. And when I looked around, Grant's car was gone entirely.
Well, did you get the license number?
I knew there was something I wanted to do.
Oh, well, never mind. That confirms my suspicions about Grant, and Jenks has got a line on him.
Reid tried to question me, but I was too clever for him.
You're not as clever as you think, Grant.
Why, what do you mean?
You were trailed from Reid's. If it hadn't been for my foresight, you'd have been followed to this office. That proves Reid's suspicions have been aroused. The chief phoned orders for you to get out of town and lay low.
I'll go about it at once.
Don't leave any dangerous papers in your office.
Right.
Grant may break. Cover him every minute until he's left town.
Like a blanket.
This the way you want the mask, Mr. Britt?
It's a marvelous job, Kato.
Here's the gas gun I made.
Are you sure the bullets won't kill?
They just put people to sleep for a short time.
Oh, you're a wizard. And don't forget, when I give you this signal, cut the electric light wires.
All right, let's go to the garage. Funny, isn't it, Kato?
What, Mr. Britt?
When we built this secret garage to construct our super speedster, we never thought it would become the lair for a modern Robin Hood. Are you sure our photoelectric cells will close the doors after we've driven through?
Yes, they did when I tested the car.
How fast will she go?
Better than 200.
All right, Kato, we're going to introduce Mr. Grant and the world to the Green Hornet.
did you get in here? Who are you?
The Green Hornet.
Green Hornet?
Yes, Grant. Not very well known as yet, but I have hopes for him.
What do you want?
The papers you were ordered to destroy.
I've just burned them.
All of them? What about these? Oh, I see you burned the important ones.
What right have you to see them?
They contained important evidence that I mean to have.
Well?
You're going to tell me who ordered you to burn them.
I'll tell you nothing.
You'll tell me everything now.
Why should I deal with a masked bandit?
Hello?
Hello, Grant.
Speaking.
This is Lou Markheim at the tunnel job.
Ask Markheim. What do you want?
How am I going to handle these reporters that are after the Gorman story?
Why ask me?
Who else will I ask? You're still attorney for this outfit, aren't you?
Why not ask the chief?
I stand as much chance of getting to him as you do.
All right, Grant. You do the talking now. Who are you working for?
No, put that gun away.
Tell me.
I'm an attorney for a syndicate. I take orders from the...
Dead.
Sure, the Hornet killed Grant. But why, and who is he?
Well, I'm betting he didn't kill Grant. I think the Hornet is the modern Robin Hood that this city needs.
Well, I hope so.
If you want to talk to that fella Markheim at the tunnel job, we better get going.
All right, Michael.
Get those pumps going to number 2.
Okay, Markheim.
Hello, Markheim. Can we go inside?
You see the sign, no visitors.
We're not visitors, we're the press.
Even the press is barred from this job.
Why? Is there something going on in there you don't want the public to know about? We've been on dangerous jobs before.
Not as dangerous as this one.
You admit it's not safe.
I admit nothing. Get out or I'll have you thrown out.
You think you will?
I'm sorry you won't cooperate, Markheim. Judging from Markheim's manner, I'd say there was something wrong here.
So what'll we be doing about it?
That, my pugnacious Michael, remains to be seen.
That's the car we're looking for. The car of the Green Hornet.
Police car following us, Kato. Turn on the Energizer.
It's gone, like a spook. I never saw a car move so fast. The 10 men were with Gorman on number 4 quit. Yes, talk scared them off. Listen. The new men been signed in the usual way? Good. I'll keep the night shift to number 4. Bye-bye. Who are you? The Green Hornet?
Yes, Markheim.
It was you who killed Grant.
You know better than that.
What do you want with me?
I want you to take me through the compression lock and into tunnel number 4.
I can't. My job's here.
You're taking me into tunnel number 4. How much air pressure in the tunnel?
30 pounds.
Now we can go in there and see what's wrong.
nothing wrong in here.
That air compressor is skipping. What's the matter with it?
Nothing.
Yes, there is. You know what would happen if it quit entirely, don't you? Come on, speak up.
The air pressure'd go down.
These walls would cave in. You know that compressor's faulty, Markheim. You're doing the same thing you did at the Billings Dam, sacrificing human lives by using cheap equipment.
I had nothing to do with the Billings job.
Oh, yes, you did. I know all about it.
You're not bluffing me, Hornet. You're as big a racketeer as any of them.
And you admit you're one?
I admit nothing. The compressor stopped. We gotta get out of here before there's a cave-in.
Not until you get those workmen out.
There's an alarm bell at the airlock.
Make for the airlock! Let's get out of here!
Hold on, you're not getting out yet, Markheim.
Get into that airlock!
Don't make any sign to those men.
It'll cave in. We'll be killed.
We're staying until you tell me what I want to know.
What is it?
Who are your partners in this inspection racket?
There's 12 of us. The others are...
Yeah, come on. Who are they?
I'll tell you outside. Take me out quick. Tell them.
We're staying here.
You all right, Mr. Britt?
Yes, I'm all right, but we gotta get Markheim to a hospital.
We had better be quick. He is sinking fast.
Help me get him to the car.
aboarded. Register, Green Hornet suspected. Get your Sentinel. Register, read all about it. Briggs dying contracted to county hospital. Read all paper, register, yes, sir.
That must involve someone in the city building department.
Oh, I'll say it does. The Commissioner of Public Works has disappeared and the state has taken over the job. And the Sentinel certainly busted that racket wide open.
You might give the Green Hornet some of the credit.
You certainly admire that night-riding masked bandit, Miss Case.
Morning, Chief.
Morning, Jinx.
You're late, Mr. Reid. And I do admire the Green Hornet. I like any man who knows what he wants to do and does it.
Maybe he's clearing away competition so he can start his own rackets.
I don't believe it. The Green Hornet is just what this city needs.
Anyway, he's just what the Sentinel needs. Have you seen the circulation figures?
Well, that helps. What about those men that escaped from the tunnel? Have you located any of them?
Nah, that bunch won't talk. After what happened to Gorman and Grant.
I found out one thing, though. Every one of them was covered by a big insurance policy written by a broker named Mortensen and payable to the company that employed them.
Do you mean that someone expected to make a profit if those men were killed?
So that suggests a good editorial.
Shoot.
Gunny can put this in a box on the front page. And head it, Profit in Death.
Well, they haven't accused Mortensen of anything.
That doesn't mean they don't suspect him. We've got to stop these Sentinel attacks. What have you done about Britt Reid?
They've got two of our best men watching every move he makes.
Watching him?
With instructions to eliminate him when it can be done safely.
Mortensen ought to be here now. I told him to come in at this time. Mortensen, you're late.
Late, of course I'm late, with reporters lying in wait for me every way I turn. Who spilled the story about the insurance on those men?
Markheim, maybe.
Or the Green Hornet.
You suppose Markheim told him the names of the rest of us?
No, if he had, we'd have heard about it before this. Chief's waiting to give you your orders. Mortensen's here, sir.
All right, Mortensen. Take all papers pertaining to the tunnel job and hide out at your country place until you hear from me.
Wait. Get him back. I want to know what protection I'm to have against the Green Hornet. There are 12 of us in this thing together.
Only 11 now. Markheim's gone. You better obey orders, Mortensen. The chief's taking steps to identify the Green Hornet.
Did you interview Mortensen?
Oh, can't find him. His office says he's left town for a few days.
Yeah, a lot of people have left town since that story broke in the tunnel job.
Oh, Mr. Reid, sure I found him.
Found who?
Mortensen, the murdering ghoul.
Wait a minute. We know his accomplishments. What did he have to say?
I ain't seen him yet. But he's at his country house on the Westwood Pike, 7 miles out. The place is closed up, but I found his car in the garage.
So that's what makes you think he's there?
Yes, sir. And when a couple of thugs made up like gardeners run me off the place, I knew he was there. So now I aim to get my friend, Captain Reid, of police headquarters.
Wait a minute, Michael. We have no definite proof that Mortensen has done anything criminal. If we start making charges, we'll have a libel suit on our hands.
Oh, sure, but I know that Mortensen...
Forget Mortensen and try to find some of those men that escaped from the tunnel. I'm calling it a day. See you tomorrow.
How can I call it a day and go looking for people up at... I tell you, it just don't make sense.
That's all for tonight. Reed's gone to bed. We'll report to Monroe.
Those men that were watching the house have gone, Kato.
And the Hornet will talk to this Mortensen tonight, Mr. Britt?
Yes, I believe he and his associates are taking out insurance on men in dangerous jobs so they can profit by their death.
All right, Kato.
I got a line on this fella Mortensen, and I want you to get out of him and question him.
Still playing detective, are you, Mike?
There's no evidence against Mortensen to justify an arrest.
Well, I'll get it. With the force behind me, I can shoot some tough questions at this guy.
All right, Mike. Take Tim with you and see if the man will talk. I'll send a couple of more men after you.
Okay, Captain. Let's go. I'll pick up Tim round and back.
This is far enough, Kato. Throw off your lights and silence the motor. Stand by and be ready for a quick getaway.
Hold it, Mortensen.
The Green Hornet.
Right.
What do you want?
I know you're one of the 11 racketeers in this criminal ring.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come clean, Mortensen. There's enough evidence in those envelopes to send you up for life. Who's the big shot back of this racket?
Wait. Don't talk. I asked the police to pay me a visit tonight.
You don't want to see the police any more than I do.
What do you want? I'm the caretaker here. There's nobody home.
Don't give me that line. We know Martinson's here. Go in, Tim. I'll keep this guy here.
Did you see him, the Green Hornet? He held me up.
Sit down. Who's that the cops bringing out?
Not yet. Wait.
I tell you, he was trying to force me to open my safe, and your siren sounded, and he ran out.
Yeah? Well, that's a good story, but you're coming down and tell it to the chief. Come on.
Andy. Come on, Mortensen. There's a car in the back lane.
I've got to find out who fired that shot.
Why, you dumb lug, you'll get us all hung. Clear out. I'll handle this. Quick, officer. This man has been shot by the Green Hornet.
Stand over there and don't move.
Mortensen must be making a getaway.
We were just telling this man how the Hornet was trying to rob me when he came back in the door and fired.
Sounds fishy to me.
That's right, Lieutenant. Mortensen didn't shoot me. It was...
The Green Hornet. Now you know I'm speaking the truth.
Rex, Sentinel. Green Hornet shoots down officer. Mortensen exonerated. Rex,
The police dragnet is out for the Hornet, but so far nothing is known of the identity or whereabouts of the mysterious night-riding bandit. That's a good story, Jenks.
Oh, thanks, Chief.
Not so good. I don't think the Hornet did the shooting, if he was there at all.
Oh, he was there all right. Plenty of witnesses heard that Hornet siren of his when he left.
Listen, Chief. I think the Sentinel ought to offer a reward for the Green Hornet.
Reward for the capture of the Hornet?
Yeah.
Well, do you think that'll get him?
I don't know about that, but it would certainly boost circulation.
You never lose sight of that end of it, do you?
Oh, Britt. Look. I took the police out there last night.
And I suppose it was the Green Hornet that hit you?
It was indeed, and when I wasn't looking. And anyway, I still think Mortensen knows all about that racket.
Yeah, and thanks to your bringing the police out there, he's been whitewashed. He can refuse to talk to reporters, and the police will vouch for him. Work out that reward idea and let me see it.
Those are orders, Mortensen, direct from the chief. Andy will be at your place tonight. Remove all evidence and head for the border.
Why should I run away? I've got the cops with me now.
And the Green Hornet against you, since you laid that shooting to him.
Yes, I guess you were right. Both Andy and I had better clear out.
And remember, don't leave anything that points to the rest of us.
Is Axford asleep?
He shrieks like a baby, but louder.
Good. Could you burgle a safe?
Not burgle, Mr. Britt, but if it is necessary to open the safe, to uphold the law.
That's the idea. It saved many lives.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
All right, Andy, do your stuff.
Motor and cut the lights.
If the Green Hornet opens that safe door, he'll never open another one.
That's the car that escaped us last night.
He won't escape us tonight.
Shall I catch him?
Later. He's headed for the state line, and he'll stick to this highway. We'll take a look at his safe.
It's not locked.
Wait. Looks like a trap. Too convenient. Lights on, safe open. Hand me one of those curtain cords.
Saved my life, sir.
I guess Mortensen must have taken the papers we want. Let's go.
Gas is pretty low. We'd better stop at the next service station.
The Hornet, step on it.
We'll be out of gas in a minute. Just an envelope.
Not yet. If these were found, we'd all hang. stick on water. Pull up near the tank.
Faster, they're gonna board that train.
Keep going.
Follow the train.
The Hornet's still following us. We're all wide open. We want speed. Look out, Mortensen!
The Green Hornet.
It's no use, Mortensen. You haven't a chance in a million.
Are you hurt badly, sir?
No, just shaken up a little.
Is he...
Still alive, but unconscious. Here, help me get him to the car. We must get him to the police hospital. At once.
The grand jury's indicted Mortensen.
Go on, what else?
The indictment was based on evidence mailed to the district attorney by the now famous Green Hornet. The district attorney expects to uncover the higher-ups for whom the insurance broker acted.
They know you at the county jail as an attorney. Get to Mortensen and keep him quiet.
That'll be easy. Mortensen thinks quite a lot of his wife and that boy of his.
When you get through with Mortensen, go out to flying school and check with Bartlett on those aviation policies.
I've seen student flyers do worse, Mr. Jenks, but I can't remember when.
Okay, buddy?
Sure. Say, what's the matter with you, Gilpin? You've had plenty of training under a good instructor.
I guess I lost my head, Mr. Peebles. Sure was a bum landing.
Listen, buddy, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing.
Every time you bring in a story, I can feel the circulation going down.
Yours or the papers?
I can already see the Bartlett Flying School camping on our doorstep to cancel their advertising contracts.
Jenks antagonizing our advertisers again, Miss Case?
Say, Mr. Reid, I was out of the Bartlett field this morning, and believe me, that place ought to be investigated.
Why?
Why, they've had 4 fatal crack-ups. They don't give their students enough training before sending them out for solo flying.
What's the idea?
Well, the students pay for a training course which ends with their first solo. Believe me, they rush them through.
Well, government regulations require a student to have 8 hours in dual-control machine before being allowed to solo.
Sure they do, but with the school keeping the records, who's to know whether they have 8 hours or 5 or 6?
Well, the students should know.
Oh, all they care about is soloing as soon as possible and getting their certificate. Tell you, Mr. Reid, that's a racket of some kind.
I'll go out there and take a look at it myself.
Okay.
You ain't figuring to do any flying out at this Bartlett place, are you, Reid?
No, I just thought I'd go out and see how a flying school was run. Maybe you'd like to go up, Michael.
Not me. You couldn't get me up in one of them things if all the snakes in Ireland was after me.
Well, airplanes are safer than autos.
Oh, yeah? Well, take a look at that one. The tanks will explode any second.
The crash must have killed him instantly.
Maybe he inhaled the flames.
No, I don't think so. There's something funny about that fire. Those flames didn't come from gas.
But if there was no gasoline in there, what caused the fire?
I wish I knew. Get a blanket from the car.
Have you any proof of that?
She wasn't Dick Barber's fiancée. I was.
But Miss Weaver, our reporter, was informed by officials of the flying school that Miss Josephine Weaver Allen was his fiancée.
They lied. Dick and I were secretly engaged for months.
Where does this Josephine Weaver Allen come in?
I was told at the school that they had named her as Dick's beneficiary.
And your name is simply Josephine Weaver?
Yes.
I think I can help you, Miss Weaver. Only on one condition.
What's that?
That you stay out of the picture and don't say anything to anybody about this.
I won't, Mr. Reid. Thank you.
Miss Case, get hold of Axford for me. Tell him I want him to do some undercover work at the flying school.
Anything else, Mr. Reid?
Yes, get Bartlett on the phone and make an appointment for me.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Bartlett, with reliable instructors, government-inspected equipment, and adequate training periods, how do you account for those 5 fatal accidents?
In flying an airplane, you haven't much time to make decisions. And you must be right the first time.
Well, it's impossible to tell whether a student has that judgment in an emergency until he's gone up in the plane alone.
Exactly.
Well, that puts a different light on those crashes. You see, I was interested in one of the boys that crashed.
Is that so? Which one?
Dick Barber. I was also surprised to learn that his fiancée was this Miss Allen. I understood he was engaged to Josephine Weaver.
I definitely know that Barber designated Miss Allen as his beneficiary.
I wonder if I could see Barber's original application for insurance. You have it in your office, haven't you?
No, that's on file with the insurance company.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Bartlett. You've been much more help to me than you realized.
Did Bartlett find out the real reason for Reid's interest in the Barber crash?
No. Reid seemed to know that Josephine Weaver was Barber's fiancée and not Josephine Weaver Allen.
Well, get the Allen girl out of town at once.
Right, I'll put Dean and Corey on the job.
What's our destination tonight, Mr. Britt?
We're going to call on a young lady, a Miss Josephine Weaver Allen.
Phil Bartlett?
Stay right where you are and keep quiet, Miss Allen.
What do you want? Who are you? The Green Hornet. What do you want here?
I want to know why you're posing as Dick Barber's fiancée.
Because I was engaged to him.
You didn't even know him.
You're going to have a hard time proving that.
I'm not going to try. You're going to prove it to the district attorney.
That's what you think.
All right, listen to this. I've talked to Bartlett.
You saw Phil Bartlett?
Yes. Dick Barber named Josephine Weaver as his beneficiary. Your name was substituted on the application, and you collected $10,000 from the insurance company.
Did Phil Bartlett tell you that?
I want that money.
The double-crossing rat. Did he tell you I had to kick back with $9,500 of it?
To whom did you give the $9,500? For whom were you working?
All right. I'll really give you the lowdown. But first, we've got to get out of here.
You're telling me here and now.
But they're coming for me to take me out of town. We've got to move fast.
Are you telling the truth?
Well, what do you suppose I'm packing for? You've got to get me away from here so they can't find me.
Take her to the car.
She's trying to make a getaway.
Oh, look out!
Are you able to drive?
2 men grabbed a girl.
Yes, I saw them. We've got to catch them.
Hey, Corey. Isn't that the car of the Green Hornet?
Isn't after us.
We'll soon find out. Swing around the next corner. The Hornet's after us, all right. Our only chance is to keep turning corners. Step on it. The Green Hornet. Answer it, Joel.
dead.
The police. We must get the radio into our car, quickly.
It's too late, Kato. The girl is dead.
Green Hornet. You go after him. I'll stay here.
Josephine Weaver Allen, Dick Barber's fiancée, was killed last night.
Really?
Yes, the car she was riding in was run down by the car of the Green Hornet.
Who's the authority for that statement?
The police. They came up just as the Hornet car was making its getaway.
Here comes Axford. He'll find out all about it for us.
Sure, and I have found out all about it.
You found out all about what?
The Bartlett Flying School. I sent young Tanner out there to take up a course as a student flyer.
What did you find out?
He overheard a couple of mechanics talking. One of them says to the other, Gilpin's going up for his first night solo flight tonight, and the boss said to have 2824 on the line near Hangar 2 at 10 o'clock, service special.
Was that all he found out?
It was not. The other mechanic says, boy, they're sure crowding it. It was only the other day that Dick Barber's plane was service special. And, laddie, it was Dick Barber's plane we saw crash.
So it was. Go to the cashier and get a check for Tanner, Michael.
Oh, but Reid, this special service means murder.
Go on, go on. You've been reading detective stories, Michael.
Yes, sir, but... Oh, for that... I beg to... The boy is losing his mind.
Get to the field, Kato, silence the motor, and pull in behind hangar number 2. I want to take a look at plane 2824.
You all set, Pete?
Yep. All set to go. I gave a special service job, Gilpin.
Oh, gee, thanks, Pete. You know, this flight means a lot to me.
It means a lot to the school, too. You know, turning out good flyers.
When I make this flight, I'll be through training. I can get a job. Gee, I'll need a job, too. I spent every dime I had on this course. But once I'm working, everything will be Jake. Say, I can even get married, Pete.
I suppose I'm wasting my time giving you advice. A flyer ain't got no business fooling with women.
Oh, but this one's different, Pete. She's...
Yeah, I know. Warm up your motor about 5 minutes before you take off. Hello, Mr. Bartlett, sir? This is Pete out at the field. Gilpin's warming up his motor to take off in 5 minutes. Yes, sir. 2824's been specially serviced, sir. Don't worry, Mr. Bartlett, sir.
Excuse me.
You haven't?
No, sir. The blow I gave him will leave him paralyzed for precisely 30 minutes.
You're a marvel. Mr. Bartlett, sir, this is Pete again. You gotta get out here quick. Now, I can't tell you over the phone, but you gotta get out here. You're hangar number 2, and hurry. He said he'd be here in about 10 minutes. We've got to... Gilpin must be in his plane now. I must stop him from taking off. You hide behind that desk. Bartlett comes, you know what to do. Hey, Gilpin, you're not going up in that ship.
Who says I'm not? Green Hornet, huh? What do you want?
I want you to stay out of that plane.
Like fun, I will. I got a night's solo to do, and I'm gonna make it. Business is yours anyway.
I haven't time to explain now, but you're not going up in that ship.
No?
That young Gilpin has nerve. The first one that hasn't been afraid of the Green Hornet.
Only those with a guilty conscience fear the Green Hornet, sir.
I hated to gas him, but it was the only way I could save him. I left him alongside the hangar.
He'll be as good as new in an hour.
Bartlett.
Pete? Pete, where are you?
Hold it, Bartlett.
The Green Hornet. What are you doing here?
I want to have a little talk with you. That's why I phoned you.
So it was you tricked me out here. Well, what do you want?
What's wrong with plane 2824? Answer me. What's wrong with plane 2824?
There's nothing wrong with it.
You're lying, Bartlett. You know there's something wrong with it. What is it?
Nothing's wrong with it, I tell you. What is this all about, anyway?
Tie him up.
Excuse, priest.
Bring him on out. For the last time, Bartlett, what's wrong with this plane?
Nothing, I tell you.
All right.
What are you going to do?
Take you for a little flight.
Not in this plane.
Oh, yes, I am. Now we'll see how 2824 flies with its special service.
Get this plane back on the ground.
Why? It's in perfect flying order.
No, it's not. It's suicide to fly this ship. Listen, if you'll set this ship down, I'll tell you what's wrong with it.
You tell me before I set it down. We're staying up here until I find out.
Put it into a glide and land. The gas is gone.
So that's the special service. Insufficient gas.
Get it down. Get it down. There's an incendiary bomb hidden somewhere in the plane to set it afire.
That's your racket, huh? Well, you can collect insurance on both the plane and pilot.
I'm forced to. I'm just one of the syndicate.
Who's the head of it?
Listen, you think you're going to get some information and then bail out. But it won't work. If you'll untie me and let me bail out with you, I'll tell you what you want to know.
All right. There. Now tell me who's the head of this.
Wouldn't you like to?
When you haven't a chance. Now tell me who's the head of this.
Hello, back again. Because of the popularity of Batman serial when it was rerun in the movie theaters, that became the Batman TV show. When that also happened, they also showed the Green Hornet serials. This is one of them you're watching. It in turn was put out there as a TV show. Fortunately, it wasn't made its camp as Batman was. They played it as a crime series. So that's why it only lasted a year. So we'll be back again. Hang on.
a chance.
Still alive, but unconscious. Bartlett's too smart to carry any dangerous evidence.
Look what I found.
This card may be a clue we can use. Pete, he's the mechanic that phoned to Bartlett. Let's get him back to his flying field. We may get enough evidence there to smash his racket. Tie him up. I want to take a look at that flyer I had to knock out with a gas gun.
Will wake up soon and be none the worse.
This is what I hope to find. Evidence of how they made their incendiary bombs. This should convince even the district attorney. Carry this to the car.
Hello?
Hello. Is the district attorney home?
No, we'll be back in a half an hour. Any message?
No, no message. I'm bringing someone to see him.
Who is it? Oh, well, if you don't wish to give the name.
You went up.
I didn't get a chance, Pete. The Green Hornet knocked me out. He must have stolen the plane.
No, he's still around. It's too tough for me. I'm getting out. You better do the same.
Yeah, I know, but he said that...
Never mind what he said. Beat it while you got the chance. And keep under cover.
Hello? Yeah, this is Ogden.
This is Pete. The Green Hornet just caught Bartlett. He's taking the DA's home.
Bartlett won't talk.
Yeah, but he's got part of one of those bombs we've been using to burn the ships.
Well, never mind. Get back to the Meadows garage and lay low. Dean, get a hold of Corey and a couple of boys and take them down to the car right away. Yeah.
Stand by. I want to see the district attorney.
He's not in.
Stop lying and take me to him.
Green Hornet.
Keep away from that phone till you hear what I have to say.
What do you want?
To bring a racketeer and murderer to justice. This is Phil Bartlett, owner of the flying school. His racket was to enroll students, insure them in the planes, and send them up in ships that were fixed to crash and burn.
Of course, you can prove your charges.
You'll find parts of an incendiary bomb in here. There are more in a locker out at the flying school. I'd advise you to send men out there to pick them up before they've been removed.
I suppose your object in bringing this man to justice is to eliminate a dangerous rival.
Perhaps, but the only thing that concerns you is that I brought him.
What have you to say about this, Bartlett?
Nothing, except I'm not going to take the rap for long.
Who's in this with you?
I'll talk at the right time.
Mr. District Attorney, in lining up your case, I wish you'd see that Miss Josephine Weaver receives the insurance money she's been cheated out of by Bartlett and his associates. And don't forget to send men to the flying field to pick up those bombs. You'll also find a man tied up out there who's just as guilty as Bartlett.
This is the district attorney speaking. Send a squad car to the Bartlett flying field immediately. Close the field and hold anybody you find there until I arrive. And send a radio car to my house. I've got the Green Hornet here.
I admire a public official with courage.
Calling car 92, calling car 92. Go to the district attorney's home. The Green Hornet is there. Hurry, that is all.
Well, good luck with your case. I'm sure that breaking up another racket will greatly benefit your future political career.
Oh, don't go. There are 2 or 3 things I'd like to ask you.
All right, you two fellows cover the front and back. Come on, Corey.
Sorry, but you'll have to get the rest of the information from Bartlett, since you insisted on calling the police.
Not a sound out of you.
Hold it, everyone. Now we're going to see who you really are, Mr. Green Hornet.
Scram, the police!
And so the Sentinel busts another racket.
You mean the Green Hornet did? It's about time he was being given some of the credit.
Oh, tell it the district attorney. The Sentinel busted this racket and it's going to bust others. Well, since the Sentinel started his campaign, people have written in by the hundreds telling of rackets and abuses. Look at those letters. Take this one, for instance. Why not look into the parking lot racket? Cars are damaged, even stolen. Gas is drained from tanks. Packages and equipment are taken. That's something for you to look into, Jenks.
Oh, that's small-time stuff. The police can handle that.
Well, the police would if they could. But the parking lot owners avoid responsibility of any kind by posting signs, legal or not.
Oh, we're after bigger game.
Most of the complaints concern one particular lot, the Meadow Park lot, especially in regards to cars disappearing. Perhaps I'll take a look at that one myself. I feel like I've been missing a lot of fun.
Don't get your nose punched, boss.
Well, it hasn't been punched for some time. Might do it some good. Say, find Axford for me and tell me to bring around on my old car and his car, too.
Okay.
Why not let Jenks handle this?
Oh, his heart isn't in it. Besides, I want to play some. I'm going to take Michael with me.
Now I know you'll be heading into trouble.
Well, I hope you're right.
Too bad about Bartlett. But at least he didn't get a chance to talk and involve us.
Have you heard anything from the chief about it?
No, not yet, but I'm expecting to. There he is. Yes?
Who's there?
Monroe and Ogden.
The Hornet is crippling our syndicate. I want the take in all lines stepped up. I'm offering $5,000 to the man who puts the Hornet out of business. Pass the word along.
$5,000. The boys will sure get busy when they hear about that.
How long will you be?
A couple of hours.
All right, Corey, I got a hot one for you. Just took a car off the lot. The owner spotted him and is trailing him. Here's the license number.
All right, I'll pick up back at the corner and go after.
What's the idea? You blind spalpeen! I teach you to look where you're going. You think you will?
Go ahead, I can handle this lad.
Say, buddy, I'd like to see the driver that just drove that sedan in.
No sedan come in here.
Well, that's funny. I thought sure I saw one come in here.
I'd have seen it if it had, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I guess you would have. Is the boss in?
No, he's out of town. Be back next week.
Oh, I don't suppose that you saw a sedan come in here either.
You're supposing right, mister.
Well, I guess there must have been a mistake. Thanks.
Who is that guy? I've heard his voice before.
You got me. His face is familiar, but I can't place him.
Do you think he's a detective?
So what? He didn't see anything, did he?
Well, what happened to your friends?
They run off. One of them yelled to the other that you was Britt Reid, and about that time I tripped over the curb.
Did you get their license number?
By golly, I did not.
Well, never mind, I did, but I don't think it'll do us much good. Come on, get in.
Oh, did you find your car?
No.
What do we do?
We'll report it to police as stolen. What do you usually do? I was sure my car went into that garage, Kato. Doubly sure since I recognized Pete there.
You mean the mechanic who escaped from the airfield?
Yes. They must have some quick way of hiding stolen cars, and I mean to find out what it is.
You mean the Green Hornet will find out?
Yes, Kato?
The Green Hornet rides tonight. Going inside, Kato. You stand by.
Who's out here?
Take your hand off that light switch and come over here.
Green Hornet.
Right.
What do you want?
Information.
About what?
Where do you hide your stolen cars?
I don't know nothing about stolen cars.
You're lying.
Hold on, Green Hornet. I'm gonna beat it. It's too tough for me.
After him, Kato. He's too valuable to escape.
Mr. Britt!
Finishing the Hornet.
Hornet.
I can't catch that thunderbolt. Catch him? That thing travels faster than the bullets I send after it.
You all right, Mr. Britt?
All right, Kato. What happened to Pete?
There was no time to find out. The police came.
Head for home.
Richter, read all about the Sentinel. Crime ring strikes back at Sentinel. Richter, read about the stolen car accident. Sentinel.
Sentinel Extra. Car of publisher Reid is stolen.
Look at this. Meadows must be crazy to pull a stunt like that.
Get Meadows on the phone.
I conked the Hornet, but saw that crash coming, and I had to jump.
What makes you think he was killed?
That car of his come roaring up, and the goggle chauffeur jumped out and dragged him out of the wreck. As limp as a wet rag.
Yes, Meadows speaking.
Say, which one of your men was fool enough to steal Britt Reid's car?
What's that?
Well, it's on the front page of the Sentinel. Weren't you in enough trouble letting the Green Hornet find your place without stealing that car?
I didn't know it was Reid's car. I'll get it out of here before it can be traced. And you needn't worry about the Hornet. He's dead.
Dead? What do you mean? Good. Get Reid's car off your hands and we're setting pretty.
Right. The job that Corey brought in yesterday belonged to Britt Reid.
Yeah, I know, but...
What's been done to it?
Nothing. It's still in the shop.
Answer the phone, Lou.
Hello.
Hello. Meadows speaking.
Yes, Mr. Meadows, this is Lou.
Don't alter that black sedan that just came in. It's Britt Reid's.
She's so hot it smokes. Run it over to the junkyard tonight and have them break it up.
The police commissioner is here, Mr. Reid.
Oh, send him in. Hello, Commissioner. What can I do for you?
I just want to pin a medal on the Sentinel. Say, your tip on the Meadows Auto Park will enable us to smash the accessory racket wide open.
The accessory racket?
Sure. These crooked auto parks strip cars of accessories and replace them with inferior articles. Then they dispose of their loot in their own stores.
Well, don't you think there's a connection between this racket and the outfit that are stealing cars?
Sure there is. The small fry we've caught either can't or won't give us a lead to the higher-ups. Maybe he's the Green Hornet himself.
No.
What do you know about the Green Hornet in this case?
Well, nothing, but I don't think he's a criminal. He's had a hand in breaking up every one of these rackets.
The district attorney thinks he's just clearing away competition. After all, he has a couple of murders to his credit.
That's not been proved. He's helped the police in every instance. And as a reward, this paper puts a price on his head.
All right, Miss Case. But when I catch your bandit boyfriend, I'm going to charge you with being an accessory. You can quote me as giving the Sentinel credit for smashing the accessory racket.
Thanks, I'll do it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Reid, I got a line on some of the men that stole your car.
All right, Michael, let's have it.
I was checking the junkyards like you told me, and at a place over on the east side, what do you think I saw?
Well, come on, come on. This is no guessing game.
It was one of the fellas that lifted your bus off the lot.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. Of course, he's not there now. He was just driving away when I spotted him.
Well, let's go take a look at that junkyard.
Sure.
Hey, Dean. What'd you find out? Everything's quiet at the junkyard. The police haven't connected it with the Meadows Auto Park.
Good.
Hey, Reid's leaving.
What can I do for you? I'm looking for a motor that would do in a powerboat.
I guess I can fix you up. Jake.
Yeah?
These gents are looking for a motor. Show them what we've got.
All right, right over here. So they didn't connect this yard with the parking lot, eh?
Well, anyway, Reid's given us a chance with that job the chief ordered.
What are you guys doing here?
Pipe down, Slim. Those two birds that just came in are newspaper men.
The young fellow's Britt Reid, editor of the Sentinel.
Well, there they are. Look them over. Maybe they'll find something there you can use.
Thanks. Give me that list of numbers.
Why pick my place for your dirty work? I don't like those kind of accidents.
You'll have an accident you like less if you don't obey orders.
Why, you...
Suffering snakes.
Wait a minute, Michael.
All right. Hey, Jake. Come here a minute.
Yeah?
This one ought to be all right if the cylinders aren't scored.
This is a junkyard, not a showroom. You've got to take them as you find them.
Can't you find what you want?
No, they all seem to be in pretty bad shape.
Well, take a look at this one.
Practically new.
I think we're spotted. Come down out of there, you murdering blackguard!
Blow away that gun. It was just an accident.
Well, it sure picked a fine place to happen.
Oh, I'm sorry, men. I don't know how that wreck got up there.
Well, nobody was hurt, so forget it.
We'd better tip Meadows that the junkyard is spotted.
Oh, the whole works will be spotted if we don't stop Reid. Next time I'll use a gun.
How many men you got working here?
Just me and Jake.
Well, I guess you haven't got anything here we can use.
Where's Meadows?
In the office. What's wrong?
Plenty. I tell you, Reid, that was no accident. It was attempted murder.
You're right, Axford. It's only you didn't get a bullet in your back when you lugged out that gun of yours.
But ain't we going to get them?
It's a job for the police. You and I are in the newspaper business.
Britt Reid has spotted the junkyard. He was out there looking for his car.
He wouldn't find anything. It's still here.
But we tried to get him and missed.
What do you mean, missed?
We trailed Reid to the junkyard.
No, my car wasn't there, Commissioner. But there's no doubt the yard is connected with the other rackets in some way.
Tell him 'twas me that spotted the place.
I'll send Axford along to identify the men in case you catch them.
The big reporter was suspicious, but Reid just took it as an accident.
It's no fault of yours the whole thing wasn't bungled. We can't send Reed's car out there now.
Drop it in the river.
We can't drive that far through the streets with every prowl car in town on the lookout for it. It's got to be destroyed. Put a time bomb in it.
Axford has gone with the police, Mr. Britt.
Well, we must get back before he returns.
The Green Hornet will hunt Mr. Meadows?
I'm convinced that garage is the headquarters for the car-stealing racket. Meadows must face
the Green Hornet tonight.
What time is she set for?
Exactly 11. Just gives me plenty of time to get the car to that vacant lot.
Keep her here a little while.
What for? Why not run her out now?
If we keep her on that vacant lot too long, the police may find her before 11 o'clock.
Silence your motor. Wait here. Sorry, but you asked for it.
Hold her here a little longer. I'll tell you when to go.
All right, Mr. Meadows.
Turned off that light.
I did.
The Green Hornet!
Lower your voice. I want some information concerning the car-stealing racket.
Car stealing?
Yes. I happen to know you're a member of the crime syndicate in this town. That you're a director of the crooked accessory stores. And you're the real owner of Slim's junkyard. You even have a shop here in this building to alter stolen cars. I can give the police enough information to send you to the pen for 20 years.
What do you want?
The name of the big boss, back of this crime ring. I'll give you 1 minute to talk, Meadows.
6 minutes till that bomb cracks off. That's cutting it pretty fine.
Run her out now.
Meadows says to wait.
Not me. I'm taking her out.
All right, time's up.
I don't know his name. I can show you how you can reach him. Come this way.
All right, but no tricks. That's Meadows. Put him in Britt Reid's car.
In the endless reaches of the universe, there once existed a planet known as Krypton, a planet that burned like a green star in the distant heavens. There, civilization was far advanced and had brought forth a race of supermen whose mental and physical powers were developed to the absolute peak of human perfection. But there came a day when giant quakes threatened to destroy Krypton forever. One of the planet's leading scientists, sensing the approach of doom, placed his infant son in a small rocket ship and sent it hurtling in the direction of the Earth just as Krypton exploded. The rocket ship sped through star-studded space, landing safely on Earth with its precious burden, Krypton's sole survivor. A passing motorist found the uninjured child and took it to an orphanage. As the years went by and the child grew to maturity, he found himself possessed of amazing physical powers. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. The infant of Krypton is now the man of steel, Superman. To best be in a position to use his amazing powers in a never-ending battle for truth and justice, Superman has assumed the disguise of Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper.
Kent, I want to see you. Just received another threatening note.
Okay, Mr. White.
Lois, another note from the mad scientist.
Coming in, Chief.
Now listen to this warning. He plans to strike tonight. Beware, you fools. My electrothanasia ray strikes tonight at 12. Total destruction will come to those who laughed at me and failed to heed my warnings. Beware, I strike at midnight. This nut may prove dangerous. Kent, you help Lois follow up her lead. She may have an angle on this thing.
Yes, sir.
But, Chief, I'd like the chance to crack the story on my own.
No.
Thanks, Chief.
But, Lois... Chief, don't you think that's a dangerous mission?
I'm a reporter for the...
So, you want a story? I'll give you the greatest story of destruction the world has ever known. How is that for a story, Miss Lane?
True to his threat, the mad scientist, whose warnings have held the city in a grip of terror, went on his rampage of destruction on the stroke of midnight. The deadly impact of his mysterious ray smashed the famous Tower Bridge, hurling cars and pedestrians into the river below. The police have warned everyone to remain in their homes.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Superman!
I don't believe it. He isn't human.
Congratulations, Lois. That was a great scoop.
Yes, Chief, thanks to Superman.
Hello, that was the end. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll have a few shorts in between because I haven't talked long enough. But Gordon Jones, who played the Green Hornet in this, most people realize that after a while in Hollywood, he wasn't the leading role type. He turned out to be more into comedy. He played Mike the Cop on the Abbott and Costello show for years. So most people know him for that. So it's a little odd seeing him as the Green Hornet and not in a comedy. And that's where I generally remember him from, as the cop from Abbott and Costello. So join us next week when we bring you chapters 6 through 10 of the Green Hornet. Thanks again. Tune into Facebook and hit subscribe to Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. You can also leave notes there and let me know how I'm doing. Thanks again. Good night.